I'm a huge fan of multiple streams of income, even though not everybody believes in it. I just think that if there is a skill you have or it's an opportunity for you to make extra money on the side as a creative, why not? You have nothing to lose. If you're someone who is a fashion designer or you have a accumulation of skills such as knowing how to make garments, knowing how to source fabrics, and you don't want to make your own designs or clothing to sell online, I thought it would be a great idea to share with you guys different side hustles or business ideas that you could venture into using those skills. So if you'd like to find out what these are, make sure to keep on watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and let's jump straight into the video. Okay, before we get in, outfit of the day, I have switched up my hair for something a bit more natural. For my earrings, these are from Cider. I'm just wearing a simple cropped blazer. It's just like black tweed like fabric with a white trim around the sort of like the front and the sleeve, and I have a white vest underneath, just keeping things really simple and classy. I don't know why the look is just giving me politician's wife, but that's the look of the day. I'm going to link everything down below for anyone who wants to check out these pieces for themselves. I would say pattern cutting is one industry where there's a lot of money to be made, especially if you're someone who is really good with just looking at images and you can create the pattern either as a flat pattern or as a digital pattern. A lot of brands, especially small to medium brands who don't have the time to create or grade patterns themselves, are willing to actually pay decent amount of money for you to just make the patterns for them and ship it over. So you don't have to be the one producing the clothes, you don't have to be the one dealing with the fabrics. They just tell you, this is the style we want, this is the fabric we're thinking about using, maybe these are the sizes we want to create, can you make the pattern for us? Check on different websites where people are always looking for pattern cutters, like, you know, Fiverr.com, People Per Hour. There are all these platforms where you see people, like, they've actually put job postings of, I'm a pattern cutter, this is how much I charge, to give you an idea of how you would price yourself if this is an avenue that you wanted to venture down. Side hustle number 2 is something I don't think I'll do personally, but I know there are some people who thrive with this skill. If you are really good with either Procreate or Adobe Illustrator or the Fashionary drawing app, you know you're someone who will be able to create technical drawings and spec sheets or tech packs for brands. And I know it's something that personally I don't really like to do because it can be very tedious and time consuming. But if you're someone who is really good at making them, honestly, this is a very, very juicy side hustle idea. If you don't even want to be doing it for different people, you can just create templates and have the templates available for sale. So like a tech pack template, a line sheet template, a like technical pack template that you can just sell as a bundle. And if you want to customize it per request, you can do that as well. If you're someone who's really good at that, think about it. Like, I would highly recommend. You can price it as high or as low as you want. And the good thing with like digital templates or digital products is you just create them once, put them on your website or on Etsy or wherever you decide to sell them, and people just buy. And when they leave reviews, the product kind of sells itself over time. Idea number 3 is to offer a personalized consultancy service to businesses that are looking to learn about things that you have experience with. Now, this could be sustainability, this could be working with diverse models, this could be setting up a business. Basically, experience that you have sitting in your brain, there's somebody out there willing to pay money for it. So if you can create some kind of service where people can book your time either per hour or per session, and they come and learn all these knowledge from you, can really customize it and personalize it to the customer's needs, and just make that a side thing that runs on its own. And once you've had a few clients come through, collect reviews from them. So when people are looking to book that same session with you, based on the reviews that other people, like past clients, have given, they know what they stand to learn from you. Now, this next idea I've actually not seen a lot of people do, and I think it would be so good if you're someone who lives in a city or in a town where there's a lot of fashion heritage, where there is a lot of boutiques, ateliers. Basically, the way this concept would work is, imagine creating like a fashion tourism guide experience. Let me explain. So say I lived somewhere in Ibadan where they do tie-dye or adire or locally made fabrics, and there are people who are looking to visit that city but they don't know where to go. Maybe they don't speak the language and they don't just want to get lost in transit. Imagine creating an experience where you take people to where these fabrics are made. You're able to communicate with the women who make the fabrics. You're able to guide them around the town. You're able to maybe take them to a place where they can have a meal afterwards. I would pay money for that. So if you live in a city, if you live in a town where there's like some kind of really cool textile, amazing ateliers, amazing boutiques, it could be in a major city like Paris, Milan, Shanghai, Seoul, where there is a fashion district. If you can create an experience like a guided fashion tour experience, oh my god, like I don't know why just thinking about this makes me excited, because I would actually pay money to go on this type of tours, because fashion is something I'm curious about. And if I'm visiting a city or a place for the first time and I don't know where to find these things, and there's somebody who knows where it is, who knows the history behind it and is able to guide me through this experience, yes, sign me up already. If you are gifted with the skill of teaching, fashion education or fashion workshops is another avenue that you can venture. If you don't even want to do content like I'm doing online, if you don't want to do like YouTube tutorials or Instagram videos or TikToks and so on, you could create fashion workshops for kids. Over, those chunks of time where kids are typically at home and their parents are just wondering, what do I do with these children? You can create fashion education. It can be really simple tasks like, I don't know, making a tote bag, or like learning how to thread a machine, or understanding how to cut fabric. Just simple things that would get kids really excited about a possible future in fashion. And I know parents are always looking for activities to enroll their kids in. However, I would say if you want to do something like this, it's worth looking up if you need like a license or any special type of training to, educate kids, especially if they are in a particular age range. I wish I was someone who was really good at creating like digital print and digital art, because if you're someone who excels and thrives at the art of printmaking, you could decide to become a textile or print designer. Basically, you would just design the surface print that has bold colors, shapes, prints, and sell that as a product. You don't even have to be the one printing it. You just have to create it at a scale that when people buy it off your website, when they buy the file from you, they can send it off to any place that does the printing for them. I know one company that does this, and I know they have quite a few good clients. They are based in Lagos. They are called Pattern Bank. I think I've mentioned them on the channel before. And if you just go on the website, that's literally all they sell. Just print after print after print. You choose the print you want, and then you can decide to buy the exclusivity of the fabric, which means that once you buy the print from the website, it's exclusive to your brand. Or you could buy it and then it's usually at a lesser rate, where you just buy it and it's still available there and you're not really buying the exclusivity. My final side hustle idea would be for someone who maybe you've gone through a period of time where you've made clothing and you're stuck with a lot of your samples. Now these are pieces that maybe you made and they weren't sold, or they were like prototypes that were developed that they still look good to be worn out, but you don't want to sell them. It's worth considering possibly loaning or hiring out these samples of yours rather than have them in a box or in storage somewhere. There are a lot of apps where you can rent or loan out your samples, and the way it works is you put it on there, the client pays for it, you ship it off to them, they wear it for their event. It might be like a day event or a weekend event, and then they send it back to you. So I know of Loanhood. Loanhood is an app that I use and I've seen a lot of designers use, where you just would upload a picture of your image, decide on the price you want the client to pay, state what the size of the piece or the sample is, and if you want them to dry clean or wash it before they send it back to you, or if you rather clean it yourself. All these fine details, you just specify that on the app. And then when people book, honestly, like I find that app really, really cool, because I have made a decent amount of money from samples that would have otherwise just been in a box at the back of my room. Instead, someone will see that and be like, oh, I have this event coming up and I want to wear this really cool dress or this really cool design of yours. They go there, pay for it, loan it, use it. Sometimes they tag me on the pictures when they were at the event. And I just think it's a clever way for clients to also test out your product if they're not willing or ready to buy the garments straight off first. They can just go rent it, wear it, and see what the user experience is like. And then if they want to, they can come back and make the purchase for a new one from your website. Well, these are some ideas that I thought and I found and I just discovered during research, and I thought it would be cool to share it with you guys. Hopefully there was one or a few that sparked your interest and you would want to try out. I'm a huge fan of multiple streams of income, even though not everybody believes in it. I just think that if there is a skill you have or it's an opportunity for you to make extra money on the side as a creative, why not? You have nothing to lose. So I'm going to leave any relevant links down below for some of the apps and the websites that I mentioned for anyone who wants to do further research. But if you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up. Leave any further ideas for videos and projects and tutorials that we could possibly do on the channel in the future. Until next time, have a good morning, afternoon, and evening wherever you are. Bye.